Hello there, metalheads, and welcome to a new episode of the Metal Verbalizer podcast. Argentina has one of the best arenas, in my opinion, for rock and metal shows called River Plate. AC/DC happened to play there 4th of December in 2009, which according to me is the best recorded live show of AC/DC all time. But yeah, we're not going to really talk about AC/DC, are we? We are going to talk about another band that are from Argentina, actually, that really like Celtic music and bagpipes and all that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about a band formed in 2011 called Triddana. To describe the sound, I would say that it is Celtic music really made heavy metal, because it's not only like classic heavy metal that happen to include bagpipes and tin whistles sometimes. It's really, these guys have really studied the genre of Celtic music, almost to an extent that I would imagine that some of them at least has some kind of Scottish or Irish, some kind of Celtic origin, because they've really studied the genre and are using in their music scales and melodies that are common for Celtic music. So you can really recognize the music and recognize the Celtic genre in their songs. Even actually, the name is inspired by the Irish word Triddana, which would be translated into fights or battles when you translate it over to English. So even the name has some Celtic origin, actually. So they have really gone the full length for the Celtic theme of their music. Their first full-length album, called Ripe for Rebellion, saw the light of day in 2012 thanks to the band's powerful and genuine live shows. And the reason for why I say genuine is because we can hear bagpipes and tin whistles, but we can actually see them on the stage as well. Because these guys once again go all the way and use real bagpipes and real tin whistles. So it's really genuine. We don't really have a backing track with a bagpipe or like having a synthesizer piano thingy on stage that use a digital reproduction sound of a bagpipe. So that is big kudos to these guys, really. And this music and this band really drew the attention from the audiences and media, really from all over the world. In 2015, they treated us with a second album, actually called The Power and the Will. And once again, it is a fantastic album. This album led the way for the band as well, and brought them to their first shows in Europe in the year of 2016. The response was actually so positive that after they had done some shows in Germany and Spain on some open air festivals, they actually got to return the following year, which is great. And I would actually like to go to a festival and see these guys. I think that would be amazing, because playing on a festival and really going as an audience member on a festival, it is really a different vibe. And you really feel the audience even when you're a member of it. After this tour, when they got home, they actually started to record and write their next album, which is a little bit of a special one, because this one is called 12 acoustic pieces, which and they released it in 2017. And what this album is that they have made acoustic covers of their own songs. So this actually got them the opportunity to play some acoustic gigs as well, because this music really fits that. And they did it with a vibe that would actually fit in a good old Irish pub. And this album also have some guest appearances, like Nori Drescher of Corvux Corax, and some actually renowned musicians from Argentinian scene as well. The following journeys into Europe led to the band actually playing in some more festivals and also earning the title of Helden von Morgen, which is a German term and is translated into English Heroes of Tomorrow, from the German magazine Metal Hammer. 2018, they released yet another album, actually, called Rising from Within, which now is their fourth full-length album release so far. And this album starts with one of my own favorite songs from the band called Dare to Tame Me. This one is really good. And this album saw the light of the day during their show on their Dong Open Air, which is a German festival. And it's really nice of the band to actually announce an album on a festival gig. I've seen that from other bands before as well. And once again, the band gets great reviews from the audiences. And I think that to myself, actually, I've thought about that when I've listened through their repertoire of music. And really, why and how have I missed this band, really? Because this is really that music that I do like. I am more for that rock vibe, classic rock, but this is classic rock made metal, and they have this Celtic theme of it as well, with bagpipes and that kind of stuff. And bagpipes is actually, it's one of those that what do you call it? That split people's decisions, because some people do like bagpipes and some people hate bagpipes. So I guess that if you don't like bagpipes, this band might not be for you. But I would say that you should try it out. But if you really like bagpipes, I think this band is gonna be the one for you, because it is really bagpipe heavy music. Yeah, they use the bagpipes for melodies in the background pretty much all the time. But yeah, continuing into 2019, they decided to do a remake of their first album, which they mixed and re-recorded and all of that kind of stuff. And also what they did with this one, and I guess partially the reason why they didn't remake so early, was that this time they featured their new singer, or well, new, JJ Fornes, and he came into the band in 2015. So I guess that might be the reason to why they did a remake. And also, JJ Fornes is a great singer, so it's a great remake. And this time they decided to promote it, and this new release on a tour. And according to their webpage, it was their biggest and most successful tour so far. And in late 2019, everybody knows this, but the world got the devastating news that it had been an outbreak of the virus and we were hit by a pandemic. This band, of course, could not tour anymore, just as all of other bands and musicians. So they decided to work on some new music for their next album. And also during 2020, they released a official music video for their song Dare to Tame Me from their album Rising from Within. And according to their webpage, once again, they will be back, like we say in Sweden, med fullt ös, which would translate into with full power in 2022. Which means that we can actually read about them planning for a European summer tour. So that's going to be great fun, and I really hope that I maybe can even catch them somewhere on the road, which would be really fun. But also, what we have gotten, the information we have gotten from their webpage is actually that we are just before this tour, we are going to get a new album. Which is really exciting news. And I've had some contact with the band on Instagram, and they have actually told me that we might actually also have a single, which they've talked about that they are gonna release, well, sometime around now, actually. if they haven't already done that. So that is going to be great stuff to look out for as well. And really is some finishing thoughts about this band. I think that the band has an amazing thing going on. Like I said earlier, I don't understand really how I could have missed these guys before, because the music has the ingredients is that I like. It's powerful. It has Celtic style, and not only with instruments, but also with the melodies and that kind of stuff. And as I said, they really keep it genuine with the melodies and all that kind of stuff. And they actually use real Celtic instruments. They use a real bagpipe and they use a real tin whistle, which is I really appreciate that too. I really appreciate when bands try to keep it a little bit more genuine. But yeah, and all of the albums have music that I would highly recommend. There isn't really any bad songs that I can like think of, and we're not gonna talk about the bad things, right? We're gonna talk about the good stuff. Songs like Reaper's Lullaby or the Witched Wheel from their debut, maybe, or maybe even Everlasting Life from the Power of the Will, or maybe Stray from the Path from Rising Within, which is a real slap in the face with power. So that is one of those songs once again that I know I've talked about this before, but really many of these songs, but especially the last named one, Stray from the Path. This is one of those songs where you really want to nudge the volume knob up a little bit, yes, and we push it a little bit more, and then you listen for a while, and damn, I need to raise the volume a little bit more. Oh no, I can't raise the volume anymore. I have full volume. So it's really one of those songs. But also, I would actually strongly recommend you to check out their acoustic album as well, because they have done an amazing job with that as well. The acoustic album, as we talked about, it is an album with covers of their own songs, and this music really works because the songs from these guys are very melody heavy and rhythm heavy, so it really works as acoustic songs. That is really all I have for you guys for now, and well, really, you can't forget to follow the band on their socials, like Instagram and all that kind of stuff, because I guess that's where they post new updates and that kind of stuff. And is the most convenient nowadays with how things work in today's society. And when you check out this band, which you really should do, you will not be disappointed, really, because the music is great. But yeah, also don't really forget to follow our socials as well, because that's how you stay up to date with when we post stuff. And I don't really know if that's gonna be announced when this episode is out, but we do have some exciting stuff on its way. So you really should follow our socials, because you do not want to miss it. Thanks for listening. Erik's out. Bye for now.